Hello, NFL fans, and welcome. Today's breakdown, we're going to discuss points per game, meaning points you score, and points against, meaning points you give up. I like these stats. And one of the reasons I like these stats is because all three phases of the game are affected. So you can score points, special teams, kicking field goals, special teams, punt returns, kickoff returns. You can score points with your defense giving you a short field. So it encompasses all phases of the game. So that's why I wanted to kind of focus on points against and points for. So points for the points you're scoring. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to look at any team that scored above 24 points a game. So if you are averaging through the 6, 7, 8 games more than 24 points, I wanted to highlight it. And then points against, mean the points you give up, I wanted to look at points against any team that has below 22 points. So let's look right here. The first team is the Green Bay Packers. They're 5-1-1. On average, through 7 games, they score 27.57 points per game. So almost 28 points a game they score. And on the flip side, they only give up 21 points a game. So this is a team I consider legitimate. 1, they score above average. And number 2, they give up below what the average is in the NFL. So as far as I'm concerned, the Green Bay Packers are for real based on this stat. And the only other teams that score more than 24 and give up less than 22, the only other team is Detroit Lions. They score almost 31 points a game, but only give up 21.57. So it's below 22. I think the Detroit Lions are for real. The Los Angeles Rams are 5-2. They score 25 points a game, but the defense collectively, they give up 16, 17 points a game. That's amazing. As far as I'm concerned, the Los Angeles Rams are for real. And if you really take a look at the Los Angeles Rams, their 2 losses, an overtime loss to San Francisco, and then a blocked field goal with the Philadelphia Eagles. So the Rams could be undefeated. And the only other team that meets these 2 criteria where they score more than 24 and give up less than 22 is the Seattle Seahawks. Score almost 28 points a game, but only give up 19 points a game. So the defense is for real. All of these defenses, Packers, Detroit Lions, the Rams, and the Seattle Seahawks, as far as I'm concerned, you're giving up below 22 points a game, you're for real. I consider you a real contender. Now, there are other teams that are borderline. For example, the Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They score above to 24 points, but they are borderline. They're 22, 23. So they're borderline. You can consider these guys. But I just wanted to highlight the teams that met the criteria. And in the NFC, that's the Green Bay Packers. I consider them for real. Detroit Lions, Los Angeles Rams, and the Seattle Seahawks. And then the borderline teams are the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Philadelphia Eagles. Guys, tell me if I'm wrong in terms of my mindset and my thinking. But there's very few teams that score above 24 and keep teams below 22. All right? So that is in the NFC. And let's take a look at the AFC. Points per game above 24 points. We have the Indianapolis Colts scoring almost 34 points a game, only giving up 19. Colts are for real. New England Patriots. And again, New England Patriots are just shocking the league as far as I'm concerned. They score almost 27 points a game, but only give up 18 points a game. New England's for real as far as I'm concerned. Denver Broncos. Now they're surprisingly, Broncos are 26 points a game, but they only give up 19. And I'm kind of surprised they're at 26 because every time I watch Denver, they seem to struggle on offense. But apparently, the defense must be getting them some points. The defense must be getting them some short fields. So it is a collective thing. The Broncos offense may struggle, but the defense helps them out. Maybe the special teams help them out because they average 26 points a game. As far as I'm concerned, Denver Broncos are for real. And the Buffalo Bills score almost 30 points a game, and they give up below 22. They give up almost 21 points a game. And then finally, the 5-3 Chiefs. I know their record is not pristine. It's not the 15-2 from, the years past. But Kansas City is still a problem. They put up 27 points a game, but they only give up 16. Think about that. Mahomes has more weapons now more than ever. The defense is solid based on the numbers. And this is over an 8-game period. So that's the average over 8 games. They only give up 16 points a game. They score almost 27. So the Chiefs, as far as I'm concerned, are for real. Then you got the teams like Pittsburgh. They score 25 but give up 25. And you have the Baltimore Ravens that right now they're in quarterback hell until Lamar gets back. But they do score points. They score 25 points. But unfortunately, the defense gives up 30 points. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't consider the Baltimore Ravens, who I picked to win the Super Bowl this year, they're not for real until that defense straighten things out. I don't care. Lamar could come back and they can score 40 points a game. The defense needs work. So as far as I'm concerned, these are the teams that are for real. Now, maybe my mindset is not correct, or I would love to get you guys feedback on this little breakdown here. Please put in some comments. Where does your team stand in terms of how many points they score per game and how many they give up? Where does your team stand? My team, the New York Jets, are at the bottom here. They score 21 points a game and give up 28. You can't win in the NFL like that, and that is the reason they're 1-7. They don't play complementary football. You'll have a game where the defense plays well, but the offense doesn't. The offense plays well, but the defense doesn't. So that's why I say these are the top teams. These teams highlighted in gray. They're real. They're for real because they put up the points, but their defense backs it up. So what do you guys think? I love your feedback. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. I put some good stuff out there. This maybe can help you in fantasy football. I look forward to speaking with you guys in the future. Peace.